Alright, hello everyone, this is Supernova here, and this is a pretty unorthodox video from me coming from the end of year review because there's been a mixed amount of things I've done since the years began. I obviously began getting more involved in the Pokemon scene over at my locals at Psycho Turtle Collectibles, over at Pal Gaming. All those guys, Troy, Taryn, Miguel, y'all are so nice to me and really do not regret coming out. So, to sum it all up, I take a good amount of steps forward, and I'm currently pursuing one goal and one goal in mind, which is to get to a regional spot at the LA Regionals in May of 2024, and hopefully make my submission or at least make my mark so I could get a spot in the casting spot. Although unlikely, but it's worth having a shot. And if not, I'm probably going to make that my first regional I go to because it's the closest thing to me, and I can have my utmost confidence of doing pretty well there. You've already noticed my channel's already taking like a big direction where it's like I'm not dedicating a lot of content on my YouTube anymore. I've been mostly on Twitch for the most part on my streams. So if you go ahead and follow me on Twitch, I'll be in the link in the description. And you can check me on Twitter as well in the link in the description where you can find more about like my hobbies, my sports followings, and my reporting on my daily life, or just trying to share some stuff. I got to start off from the very beginning. So it didn't start so well, like in terms of Smash. I was getting less and less commentary time, getting some Smash events done. I have been able to shift over to the Fusion series over in New York. So shout outs to Collision for allowing me to be remote casting for your tournaments. It's always been an honor to cast your tournaments because I always felt like I was one of those better casters in my area. Yeah, I definitely around like great people like Gucci-san, PK and G, even other people am not like familiar with, like Wolf Scratch, D20, PJ the Puff, you name them. And so I believed myself to be in good company there, but because I'm not really well known, because I'm mostly a Pokemon caster now, that I probably don't get equal amount of recognition unless it's from my friends, which is like specifically BKNG and Gucci-san. But even if it's just those two, I'm just glad I could just make my mark over in Pokemon. It's where I've been belonging. And speaking of which, I started going since May of 2023, as a primary caster for the Premier Challenges, the Gym Challenges, the Mid-Season Showdowns recently. And I don't know if most of you guys know this, but I actually did end up getting a top cut in one of the tournaments in the Gym Challenge Marathon before the end of the year, which was actually this past Thursday at the time of recording. So before the year ended, I did manage to make myself a little bit of history and get Cinderace some CP. And because of that, I will be making a more extensive guide on how to use Cinderace in 2024 when Regulation F begins. Because let me tell you, Cinderace is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But like Cinderace is like one of those Pokemon where it's like you need to know how to use the Pokemon, or it's just gonna be dead weight in a lot of your battles. So I'm definitely going to be uploading a more extensive guide later on YouTube. I might stream it on Twitch as well, but I'm more so excited for the 2024 season because a lot of people are vying for that world spot in Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm also just going to be continuing hard work, making more casting reels for Smash, for Pokemon, trying to get myself a spot into the LA regional if I can make it possible. And shout out to the people over at that scene. Taryn for being one of the best judges I could possibly see around. Miguel, Pokemon Labs, Ben, the guy at the Sanctuary of Pokemon for SoCal, Troy, the head of PAL Gaming, and welcoming me in on open arms, even though I'm like the unofficial member. Because I'm not sure if you noticed my PAL fan tag, but I felt like PAL's been my home, even though it's not really where I'm at home. Shout out to Fro for assisting me in finding myself a spot to belong, especially over there. And to the players as well, Alan, Geo, Riley, Young Yun, Aviu. And yeah, that's pretty much like all those guys that's really helped me introduce into the scene, as well as my other casters that I work with, Arnie Wolf and Dennis Geisler. The three of us together probably make up the casting core in our in our local. The three of us together make up the local scene for our commentators rotation. We all three of us have been actively commentating these Premier Challenges and Mid-Season Showdowns as of late. And I'm pretty sure we've held it down for as long as we have, and we gained enough respect from our scene, as dedicated casters. As with Smash, I definitely taken a step backwards from that game. I don't feel like I play as much Smash as I have ever because I finally have been learning to not play it as much due to my mentality shift because playing Pokemon has actually been a lot more nicer than it has been in Smash, in my own personal opinion. Still being able to get some casting duties. I was able to cast with Hacker Chip during the Halloween events at Game Out of Smash. By the way, shout out to Geo and that company for getting Best Local for the Smashies Awards. Definitely deserved it. But it's like there's been a renaissance with me because while I can still play Smash at a decent level, I gotten some fair amount of wins from my time. I mean, although this time I don't think my wins really were good because I for some reason have slowly became a Banjo Slayer to beat Banjos that aren't named Red Fox and DNG. By the way, DNG, I don't know why you haven't went home. But I feel like I'm at a point where my play is just respectable enough to play. And although I do see myself getting frustrated from time to time, that's just the nature of the game, which I am fully aware of accepting from this point and onward. And I can finally say I don't rage quit, or at least rage as much as I have. I mean, I'll occasionally do it, but it's not as damaging as before. It's controllable. I can stay myself calm. And at the best part, I just finally learned to have fun with the game. Even though some part of the games are not, appreciative. But, again, I just learned to deal with it. Finally took me this long to realize that. And as for my reporting duties and my sports activity, I was able to witness Riverside City College win their first state championship since 2019 with Jordan Barton at the helm. I was also really happy to once again be alongside Jiza Hassan and Jeffrey Gorham. You two are definitely one of the bigger reasons why I've been mostly involved in the sports world. Learning to be a proficient caster in my own right because I may be an understudy to you two for how much I've been learning on the fly, especially when I'm casting over a Pokemon over at Smash. It's very helpful to be around you two, and it's also just a really refreshing time to have. And seriously, I cannot thank you two enough for all the help that you guys have been able to do. And a big shout out to my advisor, or at least my advisor for Viewpoints, Matthew Shaman. There was a point in time where I really was not appreciative of the attitude he gave me at times, but over the course of the year, it's shifted dramatically, and now I can finally say you're a person I could trust with most of my activities in the sports world at this point. Yeah, I know this is a really short review, but I gotta say, what did we earn for 2023 and 2024? I'm looking to make it big. It's potentially my last semester with the Viewpoints team, and I'm hoping to finally get out of the free agent lining because, by the way, I'm still a free agent if nobody noticed. I'm looking to get a sponsorship still because I still find myself a pretty good caster depending on what events these guys put on for me, whether it's Pokemon or it's Smash. And I just recently proved I could hold my own in the Pokemon scene. I've been able to get that top cut for Cinderace, and although I got destroyed by Riley in the end, I was able to make it in between him and Giovanni Costa for that top 8 particularly, and I've shown I can play up to my game when I'm on top of it. Casters can play. That's my motto. But yeah, that's going to do it for 2023, guys. So 2024 looking to be a big year for me, and I'm hoping you all can join me, whether it be on here on YouTube, checking out my commentary reels as I upload them, on Twitter, where you can always check my updates to some of my content or my other activities. Or if you just go ahead and follow me on Twitch, because I'm more than 50 followers, and I'm hoping to get some more streaming done so I could maybe get a chance at affiliate. It would always be nice. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a wonderful 2023, and here's to a hopeful 2024. This is Supernova here, signing out, and wishing you a Happy New Year.